Welcome to the 4th edition of Plug In. We are Avi and Kyle, Internet's odd couple who just happen to be your best source for everything that is anything. Tech, news, and product reviews. And we've been Kardashian free since from now to infinity, for always.
From 93
so
till infinity.
We have a great show today, Avi. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Today's guest will be film production extraordinaire, slashy actor, slashy all around fantastic fellow, Deo Forteza.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Really? Okay. And we are going to cover some of Apple news, Microsoft, and some other news, and some ISIS news as well.
We're stuck on ISIS. Every week is ISIS.
We're not. That's who's in the news every day, because we are still struggling to figure out how to kill the rats down there. So we have to keep covering them because we did a big blunder, and I'll go over it.
Yeah, cover them in chocolate, right? No, just kidding. That's dumb. That's weird. I think that's good enough introduction.
Nice.
Let's get into our guest interview. I'm so excited. One of my best friends on the show today, and he's just a great guy. Our guest for today's show is a cradle-to-grave cinematographer. He does it all: writing, acting, directing, filming, editing, coloring, and on top of that, he finds some time to be a world-class dancer.
To do that?
I don't know. I think he makes up half of it. So if you're looking for if you're looking for someone to act in your production, this is your guy.
Yes.
And if you're not looking for an actor, bring him on set because you will be happy with whatever job he does. Welcome to the show, Deo.
Thank you. Thanks for
You're
having
welcome.
me, both of you.
A question.
Yeah.
What brought you to this path, and how are you finding time with all this to even find time to sleep?
So many paths. Acting, I loved since I was in high school. Actually, I've been doing it for a long time.
How long is a long time?
Since I was a tiny kid, I think around 4 or 5, I first got introduced to
That's
it.
in your blood there. That.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
From the same man who actually brought me into the whole filming world.
Yeah.
Lloyd Calumet.
Yeah, it's a kind of I feel like in the Filipino culture, getting your kids to get up in front of everyone at family gatherings is kind of where it starts.
Oh, yeah.
And then from there, it's just open
They
doors.
just force you into entertainment.
So it starts with acting in front of the family for the families, and then you graduate to...
And dancing, same thing.
Okay.
Singing,
Singing.
playing an instrument.
I attempted.
Yeah. So Lloyd Calumet.
Yeah.
That's where we were. So tell me a little bit more about that story.
Lloyd is a crazy video filmmaker for weddings. He does concept films too. He's also married to my cousin, and he's the reason how me and Kyle met as well. So that's top of the list. I was saving the best for last.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had me acting in some of his early shorts when he was in college, when I was young. Then he got me into dancing, started learning NSYNC together and stuff like that.
NSYNC videos?
Yeah, the concerts tours, we would learn the choreography off that and then perform in front of family.
So do you do any choreography yourself? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was, dancing was it took over acting for a while during college.
Okay.
I was kind of doing both in high school. In college, I really picked up in dancing with Cabo Modern. That's how I met Lawrence Cow as well.
Yeah, we had him on the show last
guest on our
week.
show. Yeah.
Yes, he's a
2
great,
weeks
great
ago.
guest.
Yeah, fun dude.
Great guy. Mhm.
We're all kind of weird, and the 3 of us.
Do you guys dance together or separate?
Just me and Kyle. Lawrence, not anymore.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
dance?
Dance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right. I didn't want to tell you, Avi.
Oh, boy.
I didn't want you to find out.
Dig the dirt here. Let's dig.
Me and Lawrence sometimes dance together, but we had 1 year on the team together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see sometimes Mr. Big Guy here doing all kind of moves.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was just clowning around.
Oh, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
practicing his moves.
you like that right there? Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So Cabo Modern,
Yep.
you were with them for quite a while, actually, right?
Yeah.
How long?
5 years.
5 years. Aren't you only in college for 4 years? Are you a doctor?
I graduated late. Yes, I'm a doctor.
Good.
I studied bio as well.
So you danced with Cabo for 5 years.
Yep.
And during that time, are you incorporating filming into that?
Yeah, we are in a lot of weird ways. We're doing it with weird dance videos with Lawrence. and we're also filming other people's. So District 12 Films. Is,
I know that you are in. You do your own filming as well,
Yes,
and I know you
yes.
do weddings and bar mitzvahs.
We'll pretty much film anything.
All right.
Anything.
Yeah, you just name the price. But District 12 Films is what me and Kyle started together. It's a pretty much just any filming
This Kyle?
company. Yeah.
Oh,
Kyle
okay.
Longstreth. Look at this.
I dance, I film. I mean, I'm basically the white version of Deo, but heavy set. Just heavy set. Yeah.
You're going on a journey there with your heavy set.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of that, real quick, sorry to interrupt, but our floor director, Carl, actually told me it looked like I lost about an inch today.
He's just trying to make.
That's
it
what
feel
I'm
good.
saying. That's what I said. I tried to tell him, like, yo, I don't sign your paychecks, man. Like, that's not me. So you don't have to say that stuff.
Okay.
So you're dancing in college.
Yes.
You're filming.
Yeah.
You're starting your own business, and you're pursuing acting, all while in college.
Oh.
And you're knocking over your microphone.
Yeah. Add that to the list.
So all of this while you're in college. No wonder you graduated late.
Well, the starting the business. Were we doing that while I was? I was.
Yeah, you were
I
still
was ending.
Yeah, you were
finishing up college. Yeah, it's just when you're creative, you got to stay creative and do
Otherwise,
whatever.
you will rust like an old ship in a harbor.
Yeah.
Now, which part of the whole product you like? The editing, the filming, or all of it equally?
In terms of filming, that's a tough one. I love shooting. I think
Okay.
the most. Editing becomes the most tedious, and it's the hardest to get to doing. But once you start it, it's really hard to stop because you want to perfect it.
So it's like addicted to editing.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where we Kyle first introduced me to coloring, like 2 years ago, and then I just started looking up a bunch of videos.
I showed him, like, oh, look what you can do. And he took it, and now he's like, I'm still down here because
So
I haven't done anything.
I hope you're not teaching him
He's way up
dancing
here.
as well.
No. Well,
Or it's the other way around.
there's a little, you can see the Kyle influence in his
Yeah.
dance.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's pieces and parts.
Oh, okay. What can you explain? What's the pieces and parts that you?
Top
I don't
secret.
see it.
We can't. We can't tell you that.
all
Yeah,
the sex-
it's all
anything
secret.
that is beautiful on him is this guy.
Okay.
So
We're here to talk about him.
Yeah.
not
Okay.
you,
I'm sorry.
so-
I'm sorry. I get a little carried away. I try to make it a point, Deo, while I'm at the office, and everybody in the Kevin, you're in the control room, and he will tell you that I make it a point 3 or 4 times a day just to yell out, "I'm the greatest," or like, "I'm bad," or something. Just to hype myself up. So, yeah. So, anyways, back to you. So, you enjoy the filming, but I believe we've had this discussion before. You said your total end game with all of this
Yeah.
is to be an actor.
Yes.
And how's that going?
It's great. Actually just finished shooting a short this past weekend that was kind of like it was a modern mix with like a film noir vibe to it. So that's pretty cool. Getting a few more auditions and just staying creative with Kyle and Lawrence. Pretty much throwing out any idea, trying to write it and complete it and do anything.
Anything that our audience or ourselves will know or
Yeah,
find.
and even if it's just a challenge to us, we're just there was another day, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, me and Lawrence were finishing up script, and by 5 p.m. we were like, "Hey, let's shoot something." So we improved the whole shoot, including
And actually, it was pretty good. It was
we
hide
tried
and
a
seek,
scary
right?
movie, called
Yeah.
Hide and Go
So they
Seek.
told me they were shooting a scary movie impromptu,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, whatever. I watched it, and I was like, I
You were
can't be home alone right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was creepy. But I mean, some of the more popular ones I think from what we've done so far would be a couple of our wedding videos, and then like Bring Your Own Balloon.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
big one.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys search on YouTube for I Am Lawrence Cow, you
Yeah.
can find anything we've done there.
Speaking of that too, I'm thinking. Actually, I will by December. I'm going to be creating my own channel.
Oh!
So all that
Monetized?
stuff. We'll see. I'm just going to create. Actually, from conversations with Lawrence, just he was saying, as far as when I'm working with him in his acting stuff, I'm a supporting role. So he was the one who told me you should create your own channel, just so that we could do both and be leads in our own stuff.
So how long have you known Lawrence?
7 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
So you
Kyle
know
for
him
3.
just from the business.
Well, we got close during Cabo Modern because you're all friends and you're partying college together, doing all that.
Uh-oh.
So
I thought you go to
Close your
college
ears,
to
Mama
learn.
Oh,
Forteza. Close your ears, Mama Forteza.
Partying, books.
Yeah.
Partying
Lots
with
of
books.
Partying
books.
with
Lot of-
books, yeah,
Yeah.
in the library.
Reading party.
They're called. They're actually the hit. They're called book parties.
Yeah, book
Y'all
parties.
get together
It's
and
great.
study.
You
I
go
think
to the
Oprah started
library,
it.
and you
Library.
sit,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's wild. Oh man.
And the poor parents there shelling the money for the tuitions.
Especially at UCI. Oh my goodness. So we've got a few minutes left for this segment. Why don't we explain to us a little bit more about the whole YouTube thing? Because I think a lot of people who would watch this show are kind of interested in how that works with getting, because there are people who are paid for it and there are people who aren't paid for it, and there are people who start a channel to get paid for it, and then there are just like people who put stuff up. So obviously you're in the hoping to be monetized with your own channel.
Yeah.
And right now you're on a channel that is with I Am Lawrence Cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
call
What do you have to do to get there?
It's gonna be interesting. I think. Well, to get there are probably a lot of loopholes, or not loopholes, but fast tracks. You know, you need to get the attention. You could throw out a bunch of video blogs, and if you speak the right way and people like you could get monetized pretty quickly. And that is the path for some people. With us as actors and real screenwriting kind of connoisseurs, I guess, we really want to create good content, whether it's monetized or not. So I think that's more
You want to
important
show
with
your
our
art
goal.
and your talent.
Yeah, that's
That's a
you know,
long
everybody
way.
has their own different mission statement.
So it cannot be stupid somebody jumping in front of a car going 80 miles an hour.
No. I mean, it could be, but I think
could,
it's you're gonna
You
get
could be viral that way.
Yeah.
well with you especially in Lawrence, because you're actually trying to pursue acting as a career.
Yeah.
That's why you guys have kind of leaned away from doing the stupid stuff and more towards.
Yeah.
You're trying to put together acting reels and kind of get your
Serious
name out
stuff.
there. Yeah.
Serious stuff.
We
not-
have done some stupid things too,
Yeah.
but it's more stupid writing, and we're just like, hey, let's shoot it. But we're not the type to reach for like a viral reach just to get the views.
Okay. But it's nice to have the views. The
Oh,
more
yeah,
views,
yeah.
the more.
I mean, our monetization was like we had 3 months and got $100 to split
Yeah!
between the 3 of us.
Wow.
once.
Yeah.
So you know, monetization is nice. If it grows, and we'll be very happy with it. But it's not the end game.
Okay.
'Cause it
So the
makes-
focus is creativity, artwork,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
put it out. Have you gotten any invites from Hollywood people or
No.
any
Not
nibbles
me,
from
'cause
them?
I've probably just been acting for about a year now, as a career, like seriously. So I'm still pretty fresh. I just got onto IMDb, which was cool, the other day. So I'm gonna have 2 credits on there.
Uh-huh.
So that
snap.
was a fun start. But yeah. Actually, speaking of acting, if anybody is an actor, and you need real footage, or you're a dancer and need real footage, we could shoot that.
Okay.
Hey,
get it.
we're gonna have to edit that out.
The show, it's called Plug In. It didn't say plug your business in.
I'm plugging a little more in right now.
So I know another thing that would really help our listeners, so they kind of know now there are 2 avenues you can take. But I think the main thing to really becoming a star on YouTube is being a female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's a large portion of the people who view that are teenage boys, and they do anything they can to see
To get
a girl.
Oh,
well, I
okay.
mean, because they, instead of going outside and meeting a girl, it's just much easier to watch
Well,
one
we're
on
coming
every
on Halloween. Just put the custom and go. Work it out.
Nice.
Video.
I like that. Well, we've been here talking with Mr. Deo Forteza, and we are going to go to a commercial. He'll be back with us. And after the commercial, we're going to come back to our Tech Talk segment.
Yes.
With Avi?
And some world news as well.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, and we're also going to discuss
Digging in the dirt.
digging in the dirt.
Yes.
And we're not doing a product review today. We're doing something a little different, and
They're
hopefully you
reviewing
guys like it.
me.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you when you get back from the break. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome back, Mr.
We're back here, back from the commercial break. Thank you for sticking with us through that. We have our guest host today, Mr. Deo Forteza. If you want to hire him for a job, you know where to find him on his website.
Where's my stand?
As he said before the break, if you need to get an acting reel done or a dance video done, you can call him. But
Plug in.
here's the flip side of that. If you want to do something newsy in a green screen, then OC Digital is the place to go.
Yes.
For that.
Yeah.
They
This
have.
where I go.
That's where we're shooting right now, and their facilities are phenomenal. So, yeah, this is the place to go.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to get into tech talk, and Avi, you have some stuff about Apple this week.
Yes, I do. But I thought you wanted to bring some about the two young ladies that joined our team.
Oh, you want to do that right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We can do
Yeah.
that.
And then we'll go.
Oh well. Okay. We'll get it. Okay. Everybody
switch
calm
it
down.
up.
Everybody calm down for a second. So we have two new members of our plug-in family here. They also work for the studio, OC Digital Studio, where we film plug-in every week. And they are Claudia and Miara.
Sierra, Ramsey,
Yeah, it's like Sierra, but with an M, Miara. They join our team. They are doing our marketing
and social media.
and social media, and they are fantastic girls. If you want to be on the show or film a show here, or you want anything to do with either Plugged In or OC Digital Studio, then you call, speak to one of them, and they'll get you taken care of.
Or they might be calling you.
Or
Ooh.
watch out,
Oh.
because they have bad attitudes, and when they call,
man.
you don't want them to
Answer
call
the
you.
phone.
Yeah, you better call first.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what he say. It's like your mom. Street lights are on. You better call one of these two girls.
I'm scared.
Well.
So Apple.
Back to the news.
Back
Yes.
to the news.
Back to the tech news. Well,
news.
Apple just released on Monday, released Yosemite.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that everybody that tried it so far, mixed reviews, and it takes forever to download. Actually, I tried it on my Mac, and it's gone on 3 days, and we're still at 870 meg from 5.5 gigabytes. So I think I have another 2 weeks to
Yeah.
finish.
Well, I downloaded it the first day I saw it available, and it downloaded. I had to do it overnight, but it was ready to go.
You're a
But
lucky dude.
There are some things that kind of bother me about it, though, too. Like you used to be able to hit the Apple Apple space bar, and it would bring up Apple Shift. You'd be able to bring up the Apple space bar and it'd bring up the search.
Yeah.
It used to be up in the right-hand corner, so it was out of the way. Now it pops up right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I looked some of the reviews
Yikes.
on Apple, and there's some negative reviews.
Mm-hmm.
On to the next iOS, been updated to 8.1, and to fix some of the issues from the 8 and 8.01. So time to download. It was released on Monday.
Didn't they
And
just release 8.0?
8.01.
Yeah,
Now
but
this
didn't
is-
they just do 8.0?
Yeah, because they released the first release after they released the iPhone 6, and everybody was screaming and hollering because they cuts their data and their wireless. So they updated with a fix
Love data.
that they have to roll back and re-update it again. So I guess Mr. Job is not there watching everything.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah. The other news, Microsoft. You know, the CEO of Microsoft said for the ladies, if they want raise, to wait for karma.
Oh man.
I don't think he waited for karma to get his raise and his bonuses. But they are releasing a new watch, and they are trying to play catch up to Samsung as well as Apple. Their watch is going to be heart monitoring, tracking monitor, and all this.
So
and
a
they are
copy.
Huh?
A copy.
Probably. And they are trying to rush it before the holidays.
Oh yeah, because they have to keep up. A copy of a copy. I mean, that's what we're getting to, and that's the problem with they had to re-release the iOS
Yeah.
8.0.1 because everyone's just rushing to get crap out. Now I remember a day when Apple used to release something and it was just solid.
Yeah.
Now everyone's kind of falling into the same category. It's just
Well,
a rush.
this is again, Mr. CEO, what's his name?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is no longer running the company.
Yeah.
Another Steve Jobs was he did it out of love, not out of money. And these people are probably doing it just, okay, what's
Well,
the
of
next
course.
quarter?
Yeah.
That's
Another problem I see you wrote down with Apple is that Bank of America with Apple Pay.
Oh, yeah.
Something going on there.
Boba.
You pay once, they charge you twice.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, so much for that.
Yeah. But anyway, they're
That's why
trying
you
to
don't
fix
have
it
money
and
in your
refund the money.
accounts.
They're not keeping it.
Yeah.
So probably they might keep it to pay their fines
Yeah.
from the mortgage.
Good luck with that.
That's why you become an actor, so you're so cheap and you don't have money for them to double charge you.
Yeah, then if you buy something, they charge you double. Then they say, "Oh, you're overcharged, so they charge you the charging fee."
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and your refund isn't enough to even cover your
because the
overcharge.
fines
Yeah.
and the fees that they
Yeah,
charge.
yeah. So
All right.
before you hit this next one, I
Yeah.
think I know what you're going to talk about.
Okay.
And right next to you is sitting a huge fan of Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
tread lightly, my friend.
All right. Okay. Well, your dream comes true. You can own your own board and float with it
Yes.
as you wish.
I just need square footage of copper.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And actually, if you are a Kickstarter and you give them $10,000 once they release it, and they are hoping in 2015 they will give you the board and the copper to lay it down so you can float with
How
it.
much? Because I know people steal copper out of homes
Yeah.
right now. So how much do you think? How much copper do you have? Like this size of the table copper?
Well, probably it's about 3 feet, so you can just float and stand there.
Like, oh, how cool am I? I'm in the middle of my room, not moving.
$10,000.
Yeah,
think
but I'm
I-
hovering.
$300 they'll give you just the actual engine.
Yeah.
So you can just push it around.
Yeah, that's it. But their goal is ultimately to make like skating board parks and put them in, and you can go and rent up equipment and start floating from place to place.
Does it have to be copper? Or can it be any
It has to be, I think, the copper to because
Or
it's
aluminum.
all electric. Yeah.
or aluminum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look who did research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking to buy one, or he sent them.
Savez-vous?
He already sent them the $10,000, probably waiting for the first.
Yeah, I somehow have a feeling Deo did not spend $10,000 on a hoverboard.
Definitely. I got double charged from BOFA buying one with Apple.
20 grand, yay!
Yes, and I don't know if you mentioned about Canon releasing the C100.
Actually, that was what we were going to get into next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I jumped the gun on this.
That's okay though, because it's a good
All right.
segue. Way better than I don't know if anyone has seen our first show. Terrible segues, worst segues ever. Somehow, I think we went from like mass murder to tech news or something. It was terrible. So, welcome to the new segues, people. So, what I want to get into now, is the time of the show when normally we would get into our product review. We've been reviewing Aperture the last few weeks. Great products from them. But with three guys sitting here who are all pretty technically savvy when it comes to cameras and studio
heavy-duty
stuff.
shooting
Yeah.
equipment. Not shooting guns like with Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Munzing. No,
Yeah.
shooting with light.
Yeah. I thought it would be a good time for us to get into some of the truths and myths that are out there with some of the cameras on the market right now and some of the things that are floating around. Because it seems like consumers, as of late, are just hit with a barrage of you got to have one that shoots 4K, internal, 10-bit, slow motion, which is always a great feature, stuff like that. So I figure while we're here, we'll get Deo's thoughts on it. We'll get your thoughts on it. We'll get my thoughts on it. And
Okay.
we'll figure it out. So the first
Carl's
thing...
thoughts on it too.
Yeah, we can
The
get
more
Carl's
the
thoughts.
merrier.
Yeah, Carl, hop in there, buddy. So first, Canon just released a C100 Mark II.
Okay.
From what I've heard, it doesn't have much over the first one, other than a few small minor features. Like I think it shoots 1080 at 60p now, and
They put internal mic
and
in
they
it.
put an internal mic, which that's great because the internal mics are always the best. And
We would know.
a couple other small tweaks, like you don't have to use the grip on the side anymore to control the camera.
Okay. And it has some kind of a screen, OLED screen that
Yeah.
swivels,
Yeah, also useless in filmmaking.
especially if you are outdoors.
Yeah, and in reading the article about that, I saw there were a lot of negative comments, and there were a few people that were like, "Oh, I want to sell my C100 to get this Mark II."
Yeah.
And it just got me to thinking about some of the main cameras we've had this discussion before with people who've come into the office.
Yeah.
Like the Panasonic GH4,
Yes.
and it's just
4K.
everybody wants it because it shoots internal 4K. Is it that big of a deal right now? I don't. I think right now 4K is the same as 3D TVs were. It's useless.
Up to now, there is we covered it last time.
yeah.
That 4K is fine and dandy. It has some good features. If you are like a creator of cinematography, it gives you more information on the subject, so you can edit it. And when you do it on a lower resolution, still it's good quality.
Okay, so let's get into that tip real quick.
Yes.
So that's what I've heard. So people say, "Oh, you got to get the GH4, the new Sony
Yeah.
A7S,"
Yeah.
which I actually looked at for us to use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got some, all these cameras have their quirks.
Yeah.
Like the A7S, we like to do manual white balancing because especially at an event.
Well-
and you have to actually flip the camera out of video mode to adjust.
Yeah.
And
to
then
adjust.
go back into
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah, and you can't. I mean, you just can't have that.
But you know what? In every technology, you start when you get it. The first stuff you get, it's always not the perfect product, and the companies need to sell some of it so
Yeah.
they can recoup at least the investment.
Obviously.
And there's a lot of enthusiasts. I mean, it's the same with the iPhone. They sat 2 weeks just to get it, and you could have walked into any store and got it. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
and
This one.
Yeah,
One day.
Yeah.
Okay, so all these people that sat in the store, in front of the store for 2-3 weeks, that's the same people that they will go, "Oh, new camera, let me get it," and then to find the usage of it, it's limited, or the specs on it, it's not as great, or it's still in development,
Yeah.
or new firmware will be added, or wait for the firmware.
Yeah. Well, back to your point about the using 4K so you can upscale.
Yeah.
Well, I just saw a test yesterday. As a matter of fact, I watched a video. I watched a video, and in the video, it showed the 5D Mark III shooting in RAW, 1080p,
Yes.
and they scaled it 300 times. Picture was phenomenal scaled like that.
Yeah.
So 4K to me, I mean, we're saturating the market with this, and that's how we're getting a lot of
That's
people
unnecessary.
so necessary. No, but it's saturating the market with really these people who think, "Oh, I'm a filmmaker now."
Yeah, yeah, and they think that once they have the 4K, it's easy glide from there. They don't realize that the hardware that they want to put the film on it and clips, it needs a horsepower, the video card, even to realize what you're shooting.
Yeah.
But again, it's an education process, and most of them are doing because my neighbor or my friend said,
exactly.
I seen it over and over, even with the 3D. I had friends of mine, "Oh, I just bought a 3D." Okay, big deal.
Yeah.
And I went to a couple of the shows, and I see 3D and people standing in line. But yet, when you got it home, are you going to sit like an idiot with goggles on for 3 hours or 4 hours to see a show?
Avi might, because he loves those sunglasses.
These are not goggles,
Yeah.
are glasses. It's
I
C
think the
glasses.
point I'm really getting to is that if you want the real scoop on these things, I think we're a pretty good unbiased
Yeah.
source. And also, I like to get it out there, and I finally have a platform to say it on my own. And Deo knows this. It's
What?
not it's not the equipment; it's the what.
Yeah.
It's the equipment.
It's the operator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Equipment. It's the more expensive equipment.
not really. I seen things done with a
iPhone and
pocket cameras
Yeah.
with the professional guy that you couldn't tell even. You think it's red.
There was a
Well-
guy who did a same day edit for a wedding. on
Jason
a
Magbanua
Nokia phone. Yeah.
on a Nokia phone.
I will say this
Nokia.
though about 3D. That's the only way to watch Gravity. There's no other way to watch Gravity.
That's true.
Except
That's
on
true.
3D.
That's true. That's very true.
There's a company made like a multi-million-dollar commercial on an iPhone with a stabilizer, and you couldn't tell the difference if that it was a red, the Hollywood red camera that $30,000 or an iPhone, and
They
it
have a
was the
bunch of
iPhone
plugins
5.
you could throw on too, make it look even more professional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plugins.
Plugins. Oh, they can use plugins.
yeah.
And for those of you listening out there, we're putting together a thing with ICANN, a giveaway, and you can
Yeah.
get one of those stabilizers
Yeah,
and make a
the-
multi-million-dollar commercial with
Three
just
axes,
If
so
I
you
can,
can
Three
look like
axis.
professional without being professional.
a 3-axis gimbal, electronically controlled stabilizer for the iPhone.
Yeah.
They're incredible. So, for those of you
can
tuning
make all
in,
the motion features
Uh-huh.
you want
Yeah.
with an iPhone and look like a
Exactly.
Hollywood producer.
exactly. So, if you want to win one of those, you can go to @PluginPod on Instagram. You can find out our Plugin Pod @PluginPod,
Yeah.
and then you say like us, share our picture, and you hashtag ICANNPlugin.
Yep.
Boom.
It's very
Boom.
simple. Nothing to buy, nothing to go out and wait for 6 days.
Yeah.
Just go
So-
on your iPhone.
Go there, share the picture, like our Instagram or any of our social medias, and tag us in the shared picture with hashtag ICANNPlugin. That's
Great.
it.
Hey.
All right. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll
And
come
we'll
back.
be
We'll finish
fine.
up our show with our guest host, Deo Forteza, and then you guys don't have to listen
Me
to us
and
anymore.
Mr. Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Bofa.
eHomes.com, the virtually better way to buy or sell your home.
Let's face it, if there were a better, cheaper way to buy or sell your home, you'd do it, right? Well, now there is. eHomes.com. Now you can list homes, view homes, make an offer, even check out the neighborhood right from your computer. You get superior service if you're buying and lower commissions if you're selling. And there are real people to talk to by phone or stop by one of our offices.
eHomes.com, the virtually better way.
In today's high-priced real estate market, the traditional broker's commissions are just too high. At eHomes.com, we not only dramatically reduce commission fees to the seller, we pay buyer's fees that can amount to thousands of dollars. Visit our website or see us in person to find out more. Remember, that's eHomes, where the S stands for service, savings, and satisfaction.
eHomes.com, the virtually better way to buy or sell your home.
eHomes.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome
sir.
back to Plug In with Avi and Kyle. We got our guest host, Deo Forteza. He's
Word's
sitting
a
here with
big
us today.
bird.
And we are going to get into our Digging in the Dirt segment right now.
Okay.
And boy, do we have some dirt today.
Let's do it.
Let's dig.
Let's dig.
They were get out your shovels, you guys. First thing
Bring a
on
bulldozer, maybe.
so first thing, and it's not really celebrity dirt or anything anything too controversial, but there is a toy company called Giant Microbes, and they're selling giant stuffed Ebolas that come in a petri dish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. At first, this kind of stuff, we had Dr. David Friedman on last week.
Uh-huh.
Talking about his detection equipment.
Yeah.
And, he explained that he had been in the field for a while researching Ebola. And when I first read this article, I thought it was just profiteering on death, which is really weird for a toy company, I think. Or maybe not. But it turns out that they've been doing this for the past 5 years.
Wow.
They've had this Ebola,
Petri dish.
Petri dish deal. And it's to help kids
Be aware.
be aware, to help as a teaching aid almost.
They have a bunch of other viruses.
They do. They do.
Is it like totally sealed or open?
No, it's a
a
plush
plush
toy, like
toy.
stuffed animal.
Instead of a bear,
Wow.
it's like, I got
Oh,
my
well,
little
yeah.
Ebola.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
sleep
yeah.
without my Ebola, Mom. So, but the funny thing is it's not just, they just don't do stuffed animals for Ebola. They also have one in this goo stuff.
Oy.
They call it primordial ooze
Oh.
or primordial putty. I'm sorry. And it's got like this
That's sick.
Ebola in there, right? But not only this is what it says on the website. Like, how there's like a get now, get it
Yeah.
now. This is what it says. I am quoting verbatim. It says, the following characters are now available for giant microbes. Primordial putty, anthrax,
Wow.
Black Death, Ebola, and flesh eating. Collect them all.
Chlamydia, syphilis,
That's-
gonorrhea.
You can't get sicker than this. And you know what? Recently I saw too on Breaking Bad, they have the Breaking Bad suit for the kids.
Uh-huh. Oh.
The chemical suit with their toys to make.
meth and everything.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Just for $1, what you
I
can
would
Yeah.
love that as a
But you
kid.
would think, right? Like at this, especially at this point in time with the outbreak and everything,
Yeah.
people would be like, "Oh, that's
Too
bad
soon.
time.
Too
yeah,
soon."
too soon." Even though they've been doing it for 5 years, they can't keep these things on the shelf.
Jeez.
Sold out
Wow.
constantly.
I could see that if it's like educational places buying them, but I don't. What is it like? Just people at
For
their
kids
homes
to play?
giving it
Yeah,
to
They
their
yeah.
take them
child?
home and play with them?
Yeah,
Yeah, be
Ebola is the
aware.
new beanie baby. Everyone's gonna collect them, leave the tags on and everything.
Always be afraid, my child. Always be
Wow,
afraid.
that's literally really sick.
Yeah, so they're a Connecticut company, and I guess these are being used as learning tools. They come in a petri dish and stuff. But like Deo said, I mean, imagine they get them from a Chinese manufacturer. They said, and they have to talk to their manufacturer to up.
And what the Chinese put in them? More chemical, real
Yeah,
chemical.
yeah, benzene.
So
Lead and all the other. Oh,
So, I mean, you're talking. I mean, a batch coming from overseas. You're
does
having
it
what?
have
16?
age limit on it?
No.
No.
No, give it to your infant. Here, suck on this microbe. Here's
Visualize
some,
that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, here's some primordial putty. And then you could tell them when they're older, oh, do you remember when you were little, I let you suck on the Black Death?
Yeah.
Which, well, let me reword that. No.
I'm not gonna say.
That is not something your kid wants to hear in any context. So we've talked about a lot about Ebola. There's this toy. You want to get one of those toys, you can go to giantmicrobes.com. If you're lucky enough, you'll be able to get one. You can't get them on Amazon, eBay, anywhere. Well, you can probably get them on
Probably
eBay.
people waiting in line like the iPhone.
Yeah.
Gee, that's sick. Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead, check them out if you want. If not, more
No,
power to
I'm
you.
not.
And the other thing in our Digging Into the Dirt segment, we talked last week about, or the week before, was it, about following my weight loss?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I have switched to gluten-free,
Okay.
all gluten-free diet.
All right. Well,
Seems
that's
to be working.
what Miss Arna is, gluten-free.
And I suffer from psoriasis as well.
Yeah.
And that even seems to be getting better
What?
with
That's
losing
what
the
Arna
gluten.
been telling you. Dude,
Yeah,
you
but-
need to change your diet. But I don't know about
Cure you of the Black Death too.
Yeah. So,
Ebola.
so I can't wait to go to Giant Microbes and get my psoriasis toy. So things are going well. I've lost a little bit of weight. Nothing to celebrate yet because it's the early stages.
Yes.
But,
And some of the
things are
guys
going well.
here, they tell you you lost weight, but trust me, I didn't see any
Yeah.
change.
Well, hey,
Not
you
yet.
know what? Just because people want to be nice, Avi.
I
Don't be mad at them
understand.
for being nice.
No, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. So and that brings me to my next point. So I was so famished yesterday leaving the office, and I'm driving home.
Oh,
I have lived for our viewers. I've lived in Washington State,
In Alaska
Alaska, and Tennessee. All
and Iraq.
yeah,
as
all
a
these
veteran.
places with
Yeah.
wildlife.
Yeah.
I moved to Southern California, start working at this place. I'm driving home yesterday. I'm so famished I can barely see because I'm on a diet, and your viewers are making me stick to it. I'm driving home down Antonio Parkway.
on the phone with me.
I was on the not on the phone like this. I had a headset on.
headset.
Yeah, and I'm
built in.
driving down the road. In the middle of Orange County, I hit a deer.
Lordy.
No, a
Lord.
deer hit you.
Oh yeah, well
Really.
yeah. Technically, the deer hit me. I didn't hit it with the front of my car. It hit the side. It just ran into the side of my car.
He couldn't see through because you were so skinny.
Oh, nice.
Nice, nice. Yeah.
Just talked about being brutally
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. Thank you for building my. You tore me down and you built me back
Build you up slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, you should do. You should be a drill sergeant in basic training.
That's
You'd be
it.
good at that.
That's it.
So yeah, this deer runs into the side of my car.
And now you're
Scurries
trying
off.
to get the car totaled so you can buy a new one.
Whoa!
Maybe he was helping you.
Whoa!
Maybe you were
Whoa.
wishing it.
I'm not trying for anything. First of
No.
all, secondly, I saw this deer's eyes as it hit my car because it hit the side of my
Was
car.
it big
It
deer?
pierced
or-
his
No, it was
soul.
like a doe.
Oh.
Big enough to put a huge dent in my car
boy.
and screw up my driver's side door. But I saw its eye. It had to be like this big because it was like, oh, crap. And it ran into the side of my car. Its head hit right next to my windshield, and then took off my side view mirror.
Wow.
So
Did you kill him?
No. Well, here's the thing. I'm on the phone with Deo, and I'm like, dude, I just hit a deer. He's like, wow, that was so loud.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the first mistake you made. Driving and talking on the phone.
I had a headset. I was hands-free.
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 Okay.
And I pull over, and I'm like, oh, man, this deer is done for, dude. I'm like, there's no way this thing is
And he
still
probably
alive.
got up and...
He was gone by the time. It took me 10 seconds to pull over.
If you didn't die from it, you're probably gonna like. I was telling
he's
you. to
probably
cook it.
dying up the hill there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, we have a lot of mountain lions, so
And coyotes.
free meal. We call it, that's mountain lion welfare.
And coyotes, yeah.
So yeah, so I got this big dent in my car. It sounds funny now. My door, I'm a big guy, as we all know. No surprise there.
They don't.
But my door on my car, it only opens up so far now. So I have to like shimmy out, like when you park too close or something.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but I have to do it every time now.
All
Very
right.
sexy.
You should see the looks I get.
It's part of the dance moves I learned from it.
Yeah, especially when you are parked in a big space. And
Yeah,
you're shimmying
and people are like,
yourself.
"What the hell is he?" doing?" They just do like this. Oh man, fat people. We don't get
Sneaking
them.
into the car.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that guy's stealing. So I hit a deer. I'm on a gluten diet. Kaboom skis. Gluten-free diet, not all gluten.
Segue.
And there's plush microbes. What are they called? Ebolas being
So
sold.
it's true that the gluten-free, you see changes, and how long you been on the gluten-free?
I've been gluten-free
You
always.
see the changes in his glutes.
Yeah, you see the changes in my glutes. Kapow!
Man.
Not yet.
I could crack walnuts with
Damn.
them.
I had an omelet made from his glutes today.
Or bent cans like the guy once on, I don't know if Letterman or somebody.
Yeah, I could put a can in there, a full Campbell's can.
Yeah.
Kapow!
Wow.
It'll shoot out like a rocket ship.
Did you eat your chunk of soup?
So yeah, actually, I have seen a big difference. I started it probably. I think I actually started Sunday. I felt Monday already a change.
Uh-huh.
I felt more energetic.
Oh.
I felt more focused. I felt less itchy from my psoriasis than I
Oh.
normally do.
All right, so there's benefit.
Yeah, there's a huge. I mean, I was surprised.
Because Arna been telling you, the psoriasis is allergy, and could be allergy to food or what
Yeah.
have you. And she's
Well,
right.
she tells me a lot of stuff.
I
mean,
call her Dr. Arna.
Yeah. Well, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Cool.
No, Arna's right about a lot of things, and I should have listened to her. She would come. You're right. She would come in every
Yeah.
couple days and
Yeah.
say, "You need to
Kyle,
stop
you
eating
need to
gluten."
change
Yeah,
your
yeah,
diet.
Yeah,
Kyle,
exactly.
you need to change.
And
This
I
is
go,
diet.
I would look at her like this, and there'd be a big sandwich in my mouth. So yeah, I mean, anybody who's out there looking to do it, please give it a try. And if we have anyone listening to the show that is interested in giving me some tips about dieting and exercise, feel free to
Send it in.
send it in.
Mix it with some IF.
Plug-in
intermittent
pod.
fasting.
Yeah, send
Where-
it to @pluginpod either on any of the big three social media, or you can actually email us at pluginpod@gmail.com.
Right?
So go ahead and do that, and yeah, segue. We're gonna get into world news,
segue.
Well,
This is a
it's
segue.
local on world news.
local
Well,
and world news, and you got a doozy for us today.
Yes. A couple
me
days
with it.
ago, I don't know if any of our audience or even the public knows Ann Coulter. She's one of these conservative and talk show.
What is she on?
And she's
Fox?
she's sometimes appear on Fox. She's a writer.
So she's like the Mike Munzing of Fox.
Well, she makes my Munzig a
Look
child
like an-
player. Well, her doozy of all, she said to hold or curtail immigration, we should infect all these kids, about 70,000 of them that comes through the border without their parents walking in. We should infect them all with Ebola, then deport them back to their country. And guess what?
sweet
It will
baby
solve all the problem. It reminds me of an old story when the white man came and gave the blanket to the Indians, the Native Americans,
This is making me uncomfortable. Avi. That's making me uncomfortable.
The white man.
The white man.
But this lady have the audacity to say that, and she wasn't joking. It was real.
She was serious.
Yeah.
Jeez.
She was talking serious.
scared.
That's the way we can stop immigration.
So
we don't-
tell me this: you infect them let's just say we were to go with the Ann Coulter. You infect these kids who either legally or came across the border
Yeah.
one way or the other.
And then you send them
Send
back.
them back.
Yeah. And then
Do you think they're not going to come back?
They infect no, because they're going to die, and not only that, they're going to infect their families and relatives and locals in the neighborhood and kill the whole towns.
I think we should take Ann Coulter and just send her across the border.
After we infect her.
And just see what happens with her.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to infect her. Just send her over there. Let her walk through Tijuana alone.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Papas and beer.
She won't change her mind. She will probably be more conservative,
Yeah.
coming back with worse ideas.
Yeah.
So,
The darkies.
so let's keep her on this border unless we can see where she's going.
We don't
what
want
she's
her here,
doing.
Avi.
I know that, but we
Her
have
and
no
Justin
choice.
Bieber need to get the hell out.
I'm
Well,
down
Justin
with that.
Bieber, he's a Canadian citizen, so
that's
it's fine.
true.
On the other news, recently the U.S. was dropping weapons and ammunition to help the fighters in Kobani, hoping that they will defeat the ISIS. And a couple days ago, I seen a talking head on TV, and they said, what if these weapons fell into the wrong hand to ISIS? He said, oh, we have destruction mechanism. Self-destruct mechanism that can be triggered and kill them. Well, the next in the evening, I'm watching a news again, and I see a big cargo parachute with a cargo in it, and an ISIS guy is raffling through it. And I was waiting to see where's the kaboom coming or the destruction.
No kaboom.
Nothing. And that's what you can really trust all these experts and talking head of government. They tell you one thing, and it's half of it or 2/3 of it. Don't believe it. So that's
Well, maybe they put tracking devices on them. And
okay. And then do what?
we're going to follow the tracking device. I've seen Bourne Ultimatum. I know this. I've seen it.
Well, I tell you, I watched the guy. He raffled through open canisters, looked at grenades and all this. I was hoping a drone or something.
Maybe they're
would
all
come.
like duds.
Yeah, they're all
Just
done.
to fool
It's
them.
fake. Yeah.
It's like in the mask it says like.
So when they go into
boom.
battle, they throw a grenade, and it's like
And-
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of
like Wile E. Coyote. Like they wait. There's nothing. Then when they go to check it out, it blows up on them.
Oh, okay.
That's what
okay,
it is.
Okay.
It's just a whole grenade of love.
It explodes in rainbows.
It's a love
Yeah.
bomb.
Okay, that's what happened. I didn't see any explosion, so I figured maybe that's the trick.
Well, it probably is. Well, unfortunately, Avi,
Yes,
we're
sir.
out of time.
Again,
I would like to say thank you to our guest host, Deo
yes,
Forteza.
thank
Thanks
you for
for having
coming,
me. That was
and
fun.
we enjoyed
Make sure you check
having-
out. Do you have a website or some
Yeah.
social media?
Oh yeah, my social media is all LE_Deo DEYO.
Les Deo.
Yeah, like français.
Français.
C'est
Parlez
français.
français.
Oui, oui.
Yeah.
LE_DEYO.
Okay, and do you have a website?
Right now, I do not, but very soon there will be DeoForteza.com.
Okay, and if people want to hire you to film their weddings?
Oh, then District12Films.com.
Okay.
Please join.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show today. I know it was a rough one, not as rough as last week, but we're getting better, I think, Avi.
Yes,
No,
it's
that wasn't
getting
rough
there.
at all.
Yeah, I'd like to send a shout out and a thank you to OC Digital Studio for having us in again and letting us do this show we really enjoy doing at these incredible facilities. If you guys want to check them out, it's ocdigitalstudio.com. You can see all the equipment they have, the studio, some of the things they can do. You might not know this, but behind us is actually all green.
What?
I know. You don't even know. What?
Wow. Hollywood magic.
Yeah. And then I'd also like to send out a special thank you to our crew who have been sticking with Avi and I through all of these rough times.
Yes.
Carl, Steve, Kevin,
And
Ciara, Miara, Claudia, and Arna.
And Alec,
And Alec, who can't be
He's-
with us today. Alec, you're dumb. So that's it for us. And we'll catch you next week. We're switching our day
Floppy.
on the Flippy Floppy. We're changing our day to check out the show from was Thursdays. Now we're switching to Fridays. So keep an eye out on iTunes and YouTube on Fridays to hear the
Yes.
show. All right.
thank you.
See you later.
Plug in.
Astas.